छाबड़ा जी थोड़ा साइड, थोड़ा सा साइड, थोड़ा सा साइड, थोड़ा सा साइड। थैंक यू।
very much. Thank you, everybody.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. All are requested to please take your seat. The executive is requested to please take the seats. Raji, may I start the proceeding? My lord, may I start the proceeding? Honorable Mr. Justice SURYA KANT, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Gupta, I hope he is here. Honorable Mr. Justice Ajay Tiwari, Honorable Justice Augustine George Massey, Honorable Justice Ritu Bari, Honorable Judges of Punjab and Haryana High Court, formal Honorable Judges of this court, Worthy Advocate General Punjab, Worthy Advocate General Haryana, Additional Solicitor General of India, Assistant Solicitor General of India, Shri Mitrajit Yadav, Chairman Bar Council of Punjab and Haryana, Shri Shirish Kumar Mehrotra, Chairman Bar Council of Uttar Pradesh, Senior Officials of Chandigarh Administration, Senior Advocates, my dear fellow colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I feel immense pleasure welcoming you all for the first function, today's function where our beloved Judge, Honorable Mr. Justice SURYA KANT, Judge Supreme Court of India, is among us as a chief guest to preside over today's function. To start the proceedings, may I request Worthy President Shri G.P.S. Dhillon, Vice President Shri Vikas Malik, Joint Secretary Shri Ms. Manjeet Kaur, Treasurer Shri Parampreet Bajwa to present bouquet to the Honorable Justice SURYA KANT. We will start with President Mr. Dhillon. Then Vice President. Mr. Malik, Vice President. मैं मंजीत कौर, youngest of us, Mr. Parampreet Singh Bajwa, Treasurer. Lady member Ms. Daljeet Kaur is also requested to present a bouquet to worthy chief guest. Executive members of 10 years are requested to present bouquet to Honorable Justice SURYA KANT. Okay. followed by executive members below 10.
Thank you.
Below 10.
बेटा हाफ इधर yes please right thank you
Thank you, madam. Today, I am reminded by the words, I quote, "There cannot be hard and fast rule for balancing the aggravating and mitigating circumstances. Each case has to be decided on its own merit." Unquote. Honorable Justice Surya Kant. Similarly, going by the merit of the personality present before us, I, as the Secretary of this August Bar Association, on behalf of Punjab and Haryana High Court Bar Association, extend a very warm welcome to our respected worthy Chief Guest, our admirable comrade, Honorable Justice Shri Surya Kant ji. Sir, this 66-year-old association feel extreme pride in welcoming you here again from where you started your illustrious journey, which is itself is an achievement and inspiration for younger generation. It's an honor for High Court Bar Association Chandigarh for being known in the country as the parent bar of your lordship. We, on behalf of the Renovated Bar Association, are grateful to you for accepting our invitation and gracing today's event as chief guest. The bar is immensely proud by your presence among us. As we have all witnessed the journey of your lordship from a lawyer in the corridors of this High Court to the chambers of Supreme Court judge, we as lawyers take pride in boasting that your lordship has been part of us as honorable member of this bar association and as honorable judge of this court for more than 3 decades. The bar is proud and welcomes its honorable member back to his roots. When the term "loved by all" is referred, we cannot relate to Justice Surya Kant, who till date is cherished by this bar and its members for his humane approach and emphatic attitude towards every section of society, ranging from poor, oppressed, and deprived of justice. We as young lawyers learned a lot from your lordship while watching the proceedings of your lordship's court or while appearing before your lordship in our respective matters. While appearing before your lordship, every young lawyer would feel that he will get some leave from your lordship's court in one way or the other. And the beauty is that nobody ever returned disappointed. Honorable Justice Surya Kant is known for equity, dynamism, and impartiality, which are golden virtues of any judge. His lordship has already shown ample proof of it by taking many steps for streamlining the judicial system through his pen for the common man, while his path-lighting judgments, which are guidelines in itself and could be savior for any lawyer, young and old, who wants to explore the depths of law. The numerous steps taken by his lordship for revamping the judicial system give great hope and promise to the system. Lordship's firm and fair approach manifests his deep concern for strengthening the judicial system in India. It's an honor for us that Lordship has graced his presence today. Lordship, your presence in itself is a blessing for us. We hope that youngsters of this bar will be able to seek guidance from your words and imbibe from your thoughts. I feel you will ignite the fire in the hearts of many young members of the bar who, along with us, look up to you as an ideal, will try to follow your footsteps. With these words, I request Worthy President Shri G.S. Dhillon to welcome all the guests on the behalf of Punjab and Haryana. Thank you.
I, on behalf of the Punjab and Haryana High Court Bar Association, feel elated and with immense pleasure welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Judge Supreme Court of India amongst us today, and the Honorable Judges of this court, Advocate General Haryana, Advocate General Punjab, Additional Solicitor General of India, Assistant Solicitor General of India, Chairman Bar Council, members of the Bar Council, senior advocates, and fellow colleagues who have spared their valuable time to attend today's function. As you all know, today we have gathered here to inaugurate the newly renovated main hall by Honorable Mr. Justice SURYA Kant, Judge Supreme Court of India. On this occasion, I would like to share with you all that Justice SURYA Kant started his lawyer's journey from this court in 1985 after practicing for a year in District Court Hisar, and has earned the distinction of being appointed as the youngest Advocate General of the state of Haryana on 7th of July 2000 at the age of 38 years, 4 months and 25 days, and was designated as Senior Advocate in March 2001 and remained Advocate General Haryana till his elevation as Permanent Judge of the Punjab Haryana High Court on 9th of January 2004 at the age of 41 years and 11 months. All this His Lordship achieved despite being a first-generation lawyer. His Lordship remained as a judge of this court till 5th of October 2018, on which date Lordship assumed the charge of Chief Justice High Court of Himachal Pradesh. His Lordship was elevated as a Judge Supreme Court of India on 24th of May 2019. His Lordship has been known for his kind-heartedness and for his immense knowledge of law in every field of law, which His Lordship has dealt with during his illustrious career. His Lordship is known to be a judge of equity, though the elevation of His Lordship, firstly as a Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court and then Judge of the Supreme Court, is a matter of pride for all of us. But at the same time, it was a loss for the institution from whom wonderful and humane judge departed. Nevertheless, we all pray for the good health and best future to your Lordship. I would take an opportunity to apprise your Lordship and all the gathering today to elaborate the endeavors made by the present Executive Committee during the trying times of global COVID pandemic, such as financial help to the honorable members of the Bar Association suffering from Corona, to the tune of 50,000 to those who were hospitalized for more than 48 hours on the count of being Corona positive, and 10,000 to those who were home quarantined being Corona positive. It will not be out of place to say that Punjab and Haryana High Court Bar Association is the only bar association in the country which has provided this financial help to its members. Further, the medical reimbursement has been increased from 50% amount of the medical bills to 100% of the medical bills. Earlier, the upper cap for medical reimbursement was 3 lakhs, which has now been increased to 4 lakhs. Apart from the financial help, the Executive Committee has been successful in setting up High Court Lawyers Academy, a first of its kind initiative in the entire country for polishing and honing the skills of the young and budding lawyers in order to upgrade their skills, so that the glory of this institution is maintained by the younger generations by imparting them knowledge regarding court craftsmanship, mannerism, ethics, pleadings and drafting, and also imparting knowledge in various emerging new fields of law such as arbitration, international arbitration, alternative dispute redressal mechanism, IBC commercial courts, to name a few. Under the aegis of the High Court Lawyers Academy, the workshops are being organized every week on the very stated subjects. I would also take this opportunity to request Honorable Mr. Justice SURYA Kant and all other honorable judges of this court to spare their valuable time to share their knowledge and experiences in these workshops whenever your lordships feel convenient. Now may I request our Honorary Secretary, Sejal K. Singla, to proceed further. Thank you.
Thank you, President. Now I request worthy President Shri G.P.S. Delu to present the memento of this event to Honorable Mr. Justice SURYA Kant. Memento, please. arrived, which we all were waiting for. I request Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant to enlighten us all and share his views about Punjab and Haryana High Court Bar Association, this Honorable High Court, and encourage us all to follow his footsteps. Honorable Justice Surya Kant.
My honorable brother and sister judges of Punjab and Haryana High Court, led by the most senior judge, Justice Ajay Tiwari, the former Chief Justice, Justice Vijayendra Singh, former judges, Justice R.K. Jain, Justice Dhaliwal, Justice Jitendra Chauhan, whom I could meet before the formal beginning of the function. Shri A.P.S. Diol, Learned Advocate General Punjab, Shri Baldev Raj Mahajan, Advocate General Haryana. I think in absentia, the representatives of the Union of India and the Union Territory of Chandigarh, Chairman of the Punjab and Haryana Bar Council, Shri Dhillon, President of the High Court Bar Association, Mr. Chanchal Singla, the Secretary of the Bar Association, Blunt Vice President, and other distinguished members of the Bar Council of Punjab and Haryana High Court, senior advocates, members of the bar, especially my dear young friends who are my hope and inspiration for a glorious future of this bar and bench. My dear employees of the High Court Bar Association, as also of the High Court, the Learned Registrar General and other officers of the High Court, ladies and gentlemen, the times are not so good. For last 1.5 years, more than that, we all have been restricted and confined to our four walls by an unprecedented pandemic, which has shattered the economy, the industry, the poor laborer, the poor rickshawala, the poor shopkeeper, and its negative impact has not spared anyone, including our legal profession. Each one of us, at different point of times, did face some struggle to establish ourselves and create a space in this profession. That was an individual struggle which all of you successfully fought and eventually been able to earn and lead a respectable professional life, which indeed is meant to be a leader of the society. There are hundreds and hundreds of young lawyers who must be still in that struggling process, and eventually they will also create space for themselves. The Learned Secretary of the Bar Association, in his remarks, said that I should also start sharing my views with you, with my own journey. To be honest, it is difficult to share with you in few minutes. But all said and done, I am an extremely fortunate member of this bar, to whom you have been extending unconditional love and affection, whether I was on this side or served on the other side for almost 14 and a half years. When I came here, I belonged to the class of those lawyers who joined the profession by chance and not by choice. Slightly difference is that despite family resistance, I opted to join law. Again, there was an opposition when I decided to shift to the High Court. But then I must say, and many of who are older than me or my age group will endorse this view, that at that time the legal profession was not as charmful or the first option as in those days it used to be for legal profession or engineering, for medical profession or engineering profession and several other branches. Be that as it may, I came here not with many hopes. I just thought I will struggle, work hard, and make a space for my livelihood. God has been extremely kind to me, extremely kind to me. I got not once but many times which I feel that I didn't deserve. It was my endeavor, it was my commitment that as and when such an unexpected positions were given, I took it as a challenge and tried to prove my worth. I used to remember some old stories, and conclusion of one of the story was that don't do it. People will not believe you if you do like this. There is a long Hindi story, but that was the meaning, that you do something which people remember. Whether it was an opportunity to serve as Advocate General or subsequently on the bench, I must fairly concede my experience were immensely satisfying. When I look forward, I do feel that I could do more. But whatever was within the limitations, the scope, I did my best, and I have no regrets for that. We keep on saying that bench or bar, both are two sides of the coin, which is a fact also, which need not be debated or discussed. But the most important thing is that for every successful script of a story, the main characters who play the role are the members of the bar. Unless they support you, unless they understand you, unless they take up your cause, it is so difficult in X office or B office in one given case, in two given cases, the choice can be subjective. Somebody may feel good, somebody may say very good, somebody may say average. These are all human nature. They are human perspective. But ultimately source for a good bench lies in the bar, and there is therefore an onerous duty on everyone to strengthen the bar and to create that element, to create that material, to create that capacity and capability among the lawyers that they can, while holding the bench, continue to achieve that goal, which I would say still remains. Still, it will take time to achieve and to write a successful story for them. I am personally speaking, after shifting to the High Court, I have been thankful. I don't have words to express. Some of the legends, some of the stalwarts, some of the top leading lawyers, how kind they were to me. There was a time when 5 or 6 senior advocates used to give their complicated cases for drafting to me, and they would pay me only for drafting much more what I will get from my client for the entire case. This gave me an opportunity to understand, to draft the complicated cases besides financial support. And that is what my humble appeal to the senior members, to the well-established members of the bar is, that there are so many methods. It is not the engagement of 2 or 3, 4, 5 juniors in your office. There are many methods where you can assist the bright and upright or rising lawyers of the members of the bar, and you can assure that they are financially in a position that they can show their work at the appropriate time. I have very fond memories about Jagannath Kausalji, Hiralal Sibbalji, some former Chief Justices who were the leading lawyers, who have been very, very kind to me and to so many others also, I know it. Many senior lawyers, like a person me, not expert in subject, but then I would go to Chima Sahab, or I will request him to guide me, they will do it. In a civil complicated matter, I will go to other leading senior lawyer, whether Mr. N.C. Jain, Justice N.C. Jain or someone else, they will happily guide you that how to proceed. This offering of your experience and professional ability, or sharing of your knowledge, distribution of this knowledge among the members of the bar, is the way and a very good potential source of the growth of the bar. And simultaneously, equally important for having a robust bar is to ensure their financial security. Pandemic was unprecedented crisis. As I said, from laborers to doctors, everybody faced that challenge. But since I belong to legal profession, I know the members of the legal fraternity, how much they suffer and how difficult times it has been for them. I was corrected by the learned office bearers of the bar that how many hundreds of lawyers had to leave from Chandigarh because they couldn't afford their basics. I had an experience in Delhi. I did try to do something, but on that day, I remember I was so much in tears that my wife got worried. one of my law clerk, very bright boy who has gone to Harvard now, he told me, sir, that I ordered for some eatables to a chain, like pizza or something, and the person who came to deliver was a matured advocate whose son was also there. And he asked me, do you have any slot or vacancy available for my son? Please note down this number. He did not disclose that he is a member of the bar. My law clerk later on found out from some app, what we call Truecaller or something, that he himself was an advocate. These stories are very painful. The experiences must be more painful. But then, every struggle tells us that how to cope up with this kind of emergent situation. I am personally of the view that some kind of social financial security for the lawyers for a particular year's length of their professional career is most important. I will request both the Advocate Generals, I will request the central government, I will request the Bar Council of India, and I will appeal to every stakeholder that please think of creating some permanent corpus which is statutorily regulated by some authority who can take care of the basic needs of the young lawyers when they join the profession. It is very important. It's important because the pan-India-based litigation has already reached our courts. We have now professional tribunals as good substitutes of the High Court. Under the IBC, when you go before NCLT, the litigation runs into stakes of 20,000 crore, 50,000 crores or so. They are highly technical litigation. Unless you will bring very competent professionals from such institutes who are otherwise going to corporate sector, unless you will give them some incentive to join profession, there will be a professional vacuum in the bar to deal with that kind of litigation. Therefore, it is necessary to create some incentives. There are some national law schools who have started, besides 5-year course, this special professionalism, like commercial law or any other branch. One I have just inaugurated last month only. One IIM has started, LLB degree. And that will be a great combination of management skills and the law degree. But then every child cannot go and seek admission. There are people, lakhs and crores, who cannot afford education there. Therefore comes a second necessity. What is that? The lawyers who have come from the ordinary background, from ordinary law schools, they need to be equipped. Their knowledge need to be enhanced. They need to be trained to deal with that kind of litigation. And that can be done only through professional institutes. In judiciary, we have been successful to have a National Judicial Academy. We have very good state judicial academies where we provide the new recruits and even in-service officers periodical trainings. But unfortunately for the lawyers, there is none. In 2014, I went to Commonwealth Judicial Education Institute in Halifax, Canada. I was for 3 weeks. As a student, I attended that training, all classes from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But the knowledge, the disclosure, the information they shared was an eye-opening. I could, in my entire life, I could not have imagined to learn all those things which that 3 weeks training made me to learn. These trainings by subject specialists matters a lot. I know I am told by the chairman of the Bar Council of India that one such institute is now being set up in Bhubaneswar. Another one has just, I was in the meeting, we are going to land from Chief Minister of Goa. Another institute will be opened there along with an international arbitration center. But there is an urgent need of growth of such like institutions in different parts of region of the country, and to provide free of cost with all facilities to young lads to join those training courses and well equip themselves with the latest law, nitty-gritties of the commercial law, a part of litigation which is ultimately going to grow. Therefore, there is a need of drastic reforms in the legal profession, acknowledging that there is a paradigm shift in the nature of litigation. And equally important, then it becomes necessary for the members of the bar also, the bench also, to well equip themselves. Their training institutes should also then need to update themselves, invite those subject experts, and have them without any hesitation attend like a student and learn those things, so that we are able to deliver quick and real, again I am coming on the point, quick and real justice, not the poetic justice. Both the institutions, bar and bench, must be fully strengthened for this purpose, and then only we can succeed. If you deprive the members of the bench from dealing with a particular branch of law, and eventually in a different position when you go there, and if he is required to look after those cases, it becomes difficult. There is a possibility that he may not be able to do complete justice. And that's not the fault of the bench, the judge, because we have not given him that opportunity. That exposure is therefore necessary. And for that, all stakeholders will have to sit together, do something, and resolve these problems. Especially about Punjab and Haryana Bar Association, since I am product of this bar, whatever I am today, I am without any hesitation, I must fairly concede before you that I vote in this bar. This is my, in a way, on lighter side, a selfish interest that I want to see a very professionally well equipped, a sound, rich in knowledge, stable economically, and successful in profession bar. Whatever I can do, whatever platform I can speak, I am ready to be your spokesperson, and that too without charging anything. It's totally out of context. It's not that I want to say something with a planned agenda or something, but since honorable senior judges are sitting here, this is my opinion. You will take the call, it will be your decision, which will be the final decision, but I will request you talk to your Honorable Chief Justice. Things have fortunately improved, and you should now open up. I am not here to elaborate much more, but people have a right to come to this platform for the enforcement of their fundamental rights, to seek protection of 21. When we deal with it, it is not an ordinary bail matter. There is some constitutional protection standing behind it. We have to understand and realize those constitutional expectations and constitutional philosophy, and take a call that if you expand your working vision, if you expand your actual work in courts, of course without compromising with any safety norm, that is the first priority one has to keep in mind, and on that I will request the bar to fully cooperate and support the bench. But if by maintaining such conditions, if the High Court can open its doors for every type of litigation, it will help a lot, particularly those young lawyers who have been victim of these unusual circumstances. The legal service authorities, the High Court Legal Service Committee, senior advocates, the members of the bench when they need to appoint an amicus, these are some of the forms which can be dedicated to those young lawyers who are at the verge of survival. It's not necessary to have a panel of 10 years old, 15 years old lawyers whom one feels that yes, they have still ability to sustain and survive. Let everything be open for those members because they are the strength. They are the real human resource empowerment of the bar. If they will leave, there will be a vacuum. If they will leave, there will be no one to assist the young senior lawyers. So, you all will have to think over it and take a call, take an appropriate decision where you feel that safety measures are also maintained, your employees are not put to any risk, members of the bar are also kept in safety cover, and at the same time, the poor litigant does not suffer, and as a resultantly, the young lawyers also do not suffer. Well, I am really thankful to the office bearers of the bar. They gave me this opportunity. I requested them to keep it on a off day. I am sorry that maybe many of you were planning to go. But then knowing the COVID conditions, I wanted that all the norms should be implemented. And I am thankful to all of you that you have really cooperated in this regard. I will, let's hope, and we have a wishful thinking that things will future will improve better, and that will give more and more opportunity to come, not formally but informally, and to interact with all of you. This expectation I always carry and cherish. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We are overwhelmed, my Lord. We have no words to express our gratitude towards my Lord. My Lord, we have been told that we have been elected in very bad times. This was the worst time to be elected. But I always tell my president, and president tells me back that this is the most opportune time to serve the bar. We have faced so much difficulty in serving. We have seen the difficulties faced by the young members, especially 5,000, at least as per our estimate, 5,000 has left this profession and have gone to villages or have opted for some alternative profession. But with the help of our members, honorable member, Mr. R.S. Chima, senior advocate, is sitting here. He has single-handedly contributed ₹10 lakh to the bar for giving relief to the members suffering from COVID. This is the only bar association throughout the country which has given 50,000 aid to a member who was hospitalized for COVID or 10,000 for home isolation. I have met many established members also who have privately told me that although it looks very rosy for us, but our financial condition is very bad. We have spent 20 lakh, 25 lakh on this COVID treatment, but we don't have sufficient funds. It was very painful for us, and we would also boast that we are the only High Court Bar Association in the country which is running a medical reimbursement scheme. That is, we are providing ₹4 lakh, up to ₹4 lakh medical reimbursement to any member who suffers from any kind of disease and is in requirement of funds. Regarding, my Lord has also taken up very important point regarding the Judicial Academy. All the judicial officers have some kind of judicial academy, some kind of exposure for new learning, but the lawyers community does not have any kind of exposure or training program. We have to suffer. Whatever we have learned during our college times, we have to continue with that only. So with the inspiration from Honorable Justice Anil Khetarpal, Honorable Justice Arun Palli, and with the advice of Honorable Justice Rajiv Bhalla, we have started India's first judicial academy here in the High Court, which is for the young members and also the willing members who want to shift from the core litigation to some other kind of litigation. We hope with the blessings of my Lord and with blessings of both the ages that we would be able to get some kind of land and infrastructure for that academy, so that the honorable members may shift from the core litigation to the emerging fields of law and are not dependent upon the whatever learning they had in their school times or in college times. They have to shift into new kind of learning and their financial entitlement is ensured. With these words, I request Honorable Justice SURYA KANT to kindly inaugurate the newly renovated bar room by unveiling the curtains on the inauguration plate. I request Worthy President Shri GBS Dhillon to kindly escort the worthy chief guest.
Yes, take your time, sir. Take your time.
I request Worthy Vice President Shri Vikas Malik to deliver a vote of thanks to the guests who have spared their valuable time to place the same.
Honorable Mr. Justice SURYA KANT, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Judges, Honorable former Judges, Additional Solicitor General of India, Assistant Solicitor General of India, Worthy Advocate Generals Punjab and Haryana, Senior Standing Counsel, UT Chandigarh, Honorable Senior Members of the Bar and my colleagues. On behalf of High Court Bar Association, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks. Today we have assembled here in honor of Honorable Justice Mr. SURYA KANT, Judge Supreme Court of India. I am very thankful to Honorable Mr. Justice SURYA KANT, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Judges who have accepted our invitation and graced this occasion. Today we had an opportunity to hear our thoughts, to hear your thoughts, and will surely be going to encourage us in future also. I am also thankful to honorable members of the bar who have joined us on this occasion. The Punjab and Haryana High Court Bar Association wish him all the success in future and thanks him for his contribution to the legal fraternity and also for his kindness. I request all of you to join us for writing. Thank you.
मैं अपनी भी जाके लग गया सबने सब पैसे लगाए करोड़ का लगाया हाँ जी मैं दस दूँ जाके दस ₹1.25 लाख तो मैं अपने
मुबारक है आपको